Alright, what's the deal, y'all? Look, we got another video, man. We got when cops arrest the wrong person. Let's run this up, see what they talking about. If y'all want more of these, like, crazy police videos and stuff, get at me in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get to it.
In their job, having to deal with life or death situations daily. But what happens when the cops mess up and accidentally arrest the wrong person?
Yo, that's some bullshit. Get up, put your hands on the car.
Starting with the controversial case of Patrick Mumford. Patrick was just getting back home when two officers confronted him, claiming there were warrants out for his arrest. What the cops didn't realize, though, is that the warrants were for a completely different man, but this didn't seem to bother them.
What's your name? I'm going to ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you. So, what's your name? Patrick. Stand up. Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What happened?
Patrick is just...
Yo, see, bro, I hate when cops be like, you know you go, bro. What? Because I feel like they just be using that shit to call to any black person, bro. Maybe even a Mexican person, too. Just, hey, you know you got a warrant for your arrest. Nigga, how do you know? You know where the paperwork? Who you looking for? What's your name? What the hell? And I feel like they be using that just so they can search you or something or do whatever, bro. Like, they be lying, though. No, you got a warrant for no arrest. Like, how do you know? Who are you? Where's the paperwork? What address? What's going on?
Justifiably nervous here after suddenly being confronted by multiple police officers, but still manages to give the cops his name. However, they decide that they don't believe him, and instead of asking for an ID or trying to confirm his identity in any way, they immediately decide to do this instead.
What I do? Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man. You got a warrant. He just came back from his probation officer.
I got taser. You coming out? You coming out? Come out.
Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds. Hold on, man.
3
seconds. Do not reach. Get up. Put your hands on the car. Show me the warrant.
Come out.
Show me the warrant.
2.
All right, take it.
All right, move. You coming out?
See, I ain't gonna lie. This is a sticky situation because if the cops just let it be the wrong police officers, bro, the wrong cops, bro. As soon as he start doing all that, they just gonna start blasting. Not even, you know what I mean? Like, really, they could just talk to bro. He don't seem like he a danger. He ain't. They causing him to freak the fuck out because he's like, dog, what is going on? What you talking about? So he freaking the fuck out. But really, he was ready to have a conversation, bro. And all you had to do was just talk to him, and then you would have figured out it's the wrong dude. Instead of you wilding, bro. I hope he got some money for this.
Or not?
Stand back.
Come out. You got a warrant.
I'm not telling you again.
You better get out of the car.
Y'all ain't let me know what's
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Y'all been leaving me alone, cousin.
Move, Fox, move.
It took just 38 seconds from the police making first contact to giving the order to tase him. According to the cops, Patrick was given numerous reasonable opportunities to comply with officers, but because of his resistance, they were left with no choice but to stun him. But even after being tased and detained, the cops still aren't finished roughing Patrick up.
Something was going on, man. Get off me, man.
He keeps reaching for his back.
He keep reaching for his back. He got his hands behind his back in handcuffs. They gonna be on his back. He probably just trying to get comfortable, dog. They doing too much, bro.
Quit resisting.
I got him, guys. Just search whatever he's going for.
The cops searched Patrick to try and find whatever he was reaching for, assuming he was hiding a weapon of his own. But predictably, they find nothing other than his wallet.
He's
This
just
would end up
uncomfortable,
being
bro.
a blessing for Patrick, though, as inside his wallet, the cops found his ID.
I just seen this fucking lady.
Patrick Mumford.
This lady not gonna tell me that I got a warrant. I just seen her.
Here's the deal, dude.
How long I had a warrant?
I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not who I'm looking for. But here's the deal. When we ask you for ID, because you look a lot like the person...
Oh, come on. Come on, bro. I knew that. I wasn't going to say this. Because then there would have been people in the comments talking about, not all cops are racist. Not all cops are racist. Come on, bro. I knew it was gonna be a case of all y'all look alike, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. They just be using that as a reason to come up to you and see, because they want to get up in your car, find what you see what you got. I've had cops be like, "Hey, aren't you?" No, I'm not. I don't know who that is. I don't know, what are you talking about? I've seen cops do that to the homies. Hey, aren't you? Nope. Got the wrong person. Sorry. Goodbye.
You give us ID, and when you start this whole fighting nonsense, dude, all you had to do is give me this.
But the way you came up asked me out of nowhere.
Remember, the cops never once asked for Patrick's ID during the initial interaction.
Exactly.
In a later report, the cops also stated that they were worried he was reaching for a weapon when he was shuffling back in the car. So, do you think they would have been okay with him reaching into his back pocket for his wallet? He wasn't given any chance to correctly identify himself, but now the cop is patronizing him and saying he caught a case he didn't need to get. And above all, he's still being manhandled and forced onto the hood of their patrol vehicle.
What's the guy name?
Is there someone here to stay here that looks like you? Think about it.
Hey, Jack. Yeah. Guess what he's looking for?
Tell him. Who does he look a lot like?
I don't know.
He knows who it is.
So who is it?
Now they interrogating him.
He is not Michael.
Okay, I know that now.
Well, they thought it was my son?
Yes!
Really? They don't even look nothing
And
alike?
then besides, they didn't even have to
pictures that we got, they look exactly.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at that picture, I mean...
Bro, it went from daytime to nighttime. They still got it pressed up on the car, and it's not even him. Come on.
It's not far off. Okay, are we wrong?
For the record, this is the man they're looking for. It's difficult to draw even a single similarity in appearance, but the cops apparently saw so many that they were comfortable with discharging a weapon at Patrick.
They don't even look the
was
same age,
initially
bro.
charged with obstruction and violating probation, and was fixed to lose his job and position at college. Thankfully, though, an internal investigation was launched into the 4 officers on the scene, and it was concluded that they didn't follow proper procedure. All 4 of the officers were suspended, and Patrick was awarded with a settlement of $100,000. But David Wiggins' story doesn't have such a happy ending. He was pulled over and...
Y'all feel like 100,000 is enough? Cause some people be getting like 10 million, dog. I need give me a meal. Let me get 500. Let me get half a meal, dog. Let me get a quarter. At least a quarter meal. 100,000, bro. Well,
forced out of his vehicle
I could've got
with
killed.
not so much as a second thought from the police, but they failed to realize he too was the completely wrong guy.
Hands out the window! Take your right hand, open the door. Get on the ground. On the ground.
We're doing that right now.
Did you just run from me?
Copy.
Sir, okay? All right, put your hands behind your back.
David was put into cuffs and left on the ground at gunpoint after cops mistook him for a suspect. Apparently, the guy they were looking for had just fled them in a similar car with a similar license plate, and the cops pulled David over assuming it was the same vehicle. It's an understandable mistake, but realistically, the cops should have double-checked the plate as soon as they lost line of sight. Instead, they decided to wait until David was on the ground, handcuffed, and at gunpoint before even attempting to confirm he was their guy.
I was going home. I did not run, I swear.
Since you give me that tag.
Contact to a 2016 Dodge Challenger, last name Green. It's not a Hammer. It's clear.
This ain't even him. Here, you good. Look, you're good. That's scary. You got almost the same tag, same car. He must have passed you going through. You good? Good. All right. You have a good one.
yo, bro. If you ever been stopped by police on some bullshit, bro, that little just resonated completely with my soul, dog. And I'm sure yours, bro. That little you want to say something so bad, but you can't. You can't, because it's just going to cause more bullshit. So you just, all right. Whatever, dog.
Okay? I'm sorry about that.
David was offered little other than an apology for the whole ordeal, and was sent on his way after being correctly identified as the wrong guy. But that wasn't enough for David, and in July of 2023, decided to file a lawsuit against the city of Marion, claiming gross negligence, civil assault, battery, and false imprisonment.
Thanks.
In the complaint, David alleges that he was forced to endure 3 minutes handcuffed on the ground with a gun to his head, not knowing if the next second would be his last. He also notes that
Shouts
the
out the lawyer.
apology was a mockery. As of this video's upload, the case is still ongoing. However, when this cop in Florida was faced with the same situation, he managed to show exactly how you should handle it.
I'm not trying to get shot over this. Do you really think we want to be out here killing people?
A deputy in Volusia County was looking for a burglar when he stumbled upon Joseph Griffin, a man who he said perfectly matched the description.
There is a burglary that happened. You kind of fit the description. Let me just make sure that you're not him, okay?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's the worst type of shirt to wear in a situation like that. It says heist. Heist? But if you take one E out, that's heist. Well, no, it's not. Can I spell, dog? How do you spell heist? Isn't it heist? H? Whatever, dog. It's damn near the same. It's the same letters as heist. Whether the I before the E, whatever. Dog, I can't spell right now. That's the worst shirt to be wearing, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Alright. I'm a vet. I have my ID. Okay, can I see your ID? Yeah. You literally, they said white tank top, black shorts. And they said that you had a beard, alright? So I'm not saying it's you, but it was a black male. Again, not saying it's you, buddy.
This cop is obviously aware of how difficult this very interaction can be, especially if it turns out he's not who he's looking for. So he approaches him politely and attempts to resolve the situation rather than escalate it.
Just bear with me, okay? Because you fit the description. I'm not saying you're guilty, but my sergeant's telling me to detain you. That's my sergeant. I got you. I just had a daughter born 2 days ago, so I just have this online. It's live? I'm not trying do you mind setting it down here? Because for now, I'm gonna detain you. Look, you're not under arrest. I'm detaining you right now because you fit the description, okay? Just hang tight for me, okay, buddy?
Joseph respectfully informs the cop that he's live streaming the interaction for his own safety before being detained. He's also told that he's not under arrest and not being charged with anything. They just don't want to give him the opportunity to run should he end up being the suspect.
We're not saying it's you, but you fit the description. That's why I'm detaining you. If it's not you, we're gonna cut you loose and you're free to go, okay? But I just want you to see through us why, 7 cop cars, so hey, everything going on is just a little bit scary. Yep. This is it was a burglary. It's a burglary. It's serious. It's not a joke. You got these guys that are getting ready to go home, and we're coming in. So that's why you have so many.
The cops are doing their best to put Joseph at ease.
I do like the communication the cops are giving. Like, if you gotta go through some weird, awkward shit like this, the way they're doing it is probably the best possible way they could have did it.
But you can still imagine.
It's still like a bunch of them, but at least they talking to them and communicating every little aspect of what's happening, what's going on. They're not leaving no stones to be unturned, and questions still needing answers,
And how stressful of a situation this would be. He's doing a good job at staying respectful and composed, but you can definitely still tell he's on edge.
We appreciate you being very cooperative. Other people would just... I'm not trying to get shot over this. You ain't gonna get Seriously, do you really think we want to be out here killing people? Do you honestly think that?
What's the chances there was somebody racist, like somebody in his neighborhood who just called the cops on him because they didn't want to see him walking in the neighborhood, and so they called the cops on him even though he didn't actually do anything? What's the chances of that? Let me know in the comments what you think about that one. That somebody saw him walking, called the cops, just because they didn't want him in the neighborhood to kind of teach him a lesson. And they didn't even, he didn't steal from him. He was just walking. They looking out their window. They called the cops, and then now this is happening. Nothing got stolen, and he ain't steal nothing. Because it's a perfect description. White tank top, black shorts, beard. Black man, how many people in that neighborhood are in that same exact outfit walking around or outside? Just saying. That happens.
I'm military police. Like I said, brother, I've been in the same boat.
After just 10 minutes of waiting, they hear back from the witness who had just received a picture of Joseph.
So good news for you. The witness is saying that the clothes you're wearing and all that doesn't fit the description. It's called a show up. So we got a picture. Again, he's gonna run it through, make sure it's not you, and From what it looked like, buddy, you'll be out of here, okay?
A show-up is a method of identification where a witness is presented with a single suspect and simply asked if that's their guy. It's also worth mentioning that when looking for a suspect at large, police will only receive a quick rundown of the suspect's appearance. Adding extra details can create confusion and even cause cops to let the perpetrators go if they miss something small. This is why the description may seem vague and leads to false positives, just like this one is starting to look like.
What's your name, man? Joseph. Joseph? Hey, man, listen, Jake. Just want to say thank you for keeping a cool, good demeanor. We just got the picture finally from the witness, and it's... I get why they went out with you, for sure. Clearly not you, but the clothing description and everything matched. So, obviously, these guys didn't have that to go with. They just had a description, and he matched it pretty good. But once we finally got the picture from the video surveillance and stuff, it was like, nah, that's not it. That's why I told him, like, get him out of here. I appreciate you being putting understanding that, man.
Just like that, Joseph was sent on his way back to his wife and daughter with no further action taken against anyone at the scene. Later that day, the suspect was found and arrested.
All they had to say was bald head. Bald head. If they just threw out one little more big old bald head at the top. Just at the top though, he got the size. They would have found, bro. And he got gray shorts on.
Both cases in this video so far have involved fairly innocuous crimes, but that's all about to change in this next case, where a man is falsely accused of robbing a bank and shooting a man in the head.
You're not gonna tell me how to talk, alright? You shut your fucking motherfucking mouth!
In the early hours of the 23rd of April, 2022, Grand Junction Police received a frightening phone call.
911, this is what's the address of your emergency?
704 Horizon Drive. I heard gunshots outside on Horizon Drive within a minute ago.
How many did you hear?
Probably 4 or 5.
Later that morning, police received a second call from a nearby hospital, making them aware of a patient who had walked in on their own with a gunshot wound to the head. It was determined that he was injured on Horizon Drive, the same street the gunshots were heard on at 3 a.m. A few hours later, a man named Aaron headed to the gas station to stock up on supplies for a marksmanship event he was attending that day. Unfortunately for him, the gas station was too located on Horizon Drive.
I went to a gas station this morning to grab some stuff, and they were saying there was a shooting at 3 o'clock in the morning. So they have traffic blocked going out on the 70. So we might want to look to see if that's going to impact our route.
Little did Aaron know, traffic would be the least of his worries that day. After stopping at the gas station, he heads back to his hotel to charge his phone. On the way there, he misses an exit, so he uses his blinker to make a U-turn in front of the police blockade. He parks.
Ooh, that's what you don't want to do. Even if it's innocent, that's not what you want to do, my boy. You hit that U-turn, they already got cops on the other side waiting to see if you hit the U-turn just so they can go harass you real quick. Oh my god.
Up for 5 minutes to charge his phone, waits for his friend to show up in his car, then stops at another gas station to wait for his other friends to turn up. It's at this point Aaron is approached by police.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Would you mind rolling down your window real quick?
No. What do you need?
I need you to identify yourself.
No, why?
Because
Alright.
you're leaving the area.
Hold on.
Where a shooting occurred. Okay, well, can you please roll down your window more so I can talk to you?
No. What do you need?
All right, well, I need to identify you.
No, you do not.
My name is Officer Posadas with the Grand Junction Police Department. And this is my corporal right here. This is Corporal...
I don't know about Colorado's laws, but just because there's a shooting that happened and you decide to go away from the area where there's blockades does not mean that you all of a sudden have to identify yourself. That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Just because if you're blocking the area, we're supposed to just drive through that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't even make sense, but okay. And they have no description of a car or evidence of what the person looked like, what race they were, car that they drove, nothing. So yeah, he doesn't have to identify himself. At least I think so. But I don't know. Colorado laws may be different.
Church?
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to identify yourself.
No, that's not how it works. I have rights as an American citizen, right?
What Aaron is saying is completely true, and he is well within his rights to refuse to identify himself. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's always the best idea. Regardless,
very
in
true.
this situation,
Very
Aaron
true.
clearly wishes to exercise this right, to which the cop is...
In most cases, if you didn't do anything wrong, it's just better to give them your ID and just like so you can get the fuck up on out of there. You know what I mean? In some cases, just giving the ID is just the easier way out instead of being hard-headed or whatever you want to call it, bro.
Isn't
you don't have to.
Pleased.
You don't have to.
This is when things start to escalate quickly.
You do not have articulable suspicion that I've done anything.
I actually do.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Possible attempted homicide.
You suspect me, actual me, of committing possible attempted homicide.
Well, your cooperative behavior right now does not help your cause.
No, I've done absolutely nothing. I pulled into a gas station because my friends are here, because we're going to...
Keep an eye, they're associated.
At this point, Corporal Church heads over to Aaron's friends where he discovers that his name is indeed Aaron, and that it matches up with the registration on the vehicle. Meanwhile, Officer Posadas attempts to shed a little more light on why Aaron is being highlighted as a suspect.
Right, exactly.
You're leaving the area of a crime.
Exactly.
With a similar colored vehicle, similar nature to the description.
What description of that vehicle did you get?
I got a dark and colored sedan. 2 people also stated that one of the suspects may be of African American descent.
With this information, you can see how a cop would suspect Aaron. He's a black male in a similar vehicle. But things start to get much stranger as you dive deeper. In the official report, it was determined there were actually 2 suspects, one white and one black. And a more detailed report of the vehicle describes a car more similar to the one that Aaron's friends are driving. It seems as though the cops are ignoring every sign and targeting Aaron for no reason. Something that only becomes more obvious as they allow his friends to leave, but keep Aaron at the scene.
My buddies that just left, they were also in a dark sedan.
Get him! Get him!
Fucking stopping them and questioning them.
Get him!
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Sorry that you
Shut
feel
your
that way.
fucking mouth. I don't want to fucking talk.
You're not going to tell me how to talk, all right?
You shut your fucking motherfucking mouth.
It's not working.
He's currently recording on his phone, but he's highly uncooperative with me, screaming and yelling at me. Told him that his vehicle matches the description, gave in, blah, blah, blah. He's very upset right now.
Why are you not cooperative?
Because I don't have to be cooperative with your investigation.
Well, you have to ID yourself. Right?
No, I do not. Tell me why I have to ID.
Well, Colorado state law says you do.
I want you to explain.
They always say that. Colorado state law. No, it doesn't.
Why me as a person
It never does.
have to ID to you.
Colorado state law says you do.
The cops continue
Based
to
on
ask
what?
for Aaron's name despite having already been told by his friends and realizing it matches up with the name on the vehicle. But perhaps the funniest part of this entire interaction is what happens when Aaron instead asks for the sergeant's name.
What's your name and your badge number? What's your name and your badge number?
Well, I'm not going to give that to you.
You have to.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
You are a public servant. I'm asking for your name and badge
You also have
number.
to give me your name.
No, I do not.
Okay. So you wanted me to explain to you why I'm asking for you to identify yourself?
Yes.
Because we had an incident happen here.
Wait, hold on. First,
Okay.
please
Sorry.
give me your name and your badge.
Okay. Well, no, I won't give you that right now.
What do you mean you won't?
Hey, if you want to play this game, you ain't talking, I ain't talking. You ain't talking, I ain't talking. I need 100,000, bro. Let me figure out how to give me 100,000 real quick. Without getting shot.
So, I'm telling you.
It's important to note that the Grand Junction Police Department require police officers to identify themselves upon request, but the sergeant later claimed he simply forgot. Aaron was never made aware of why they targeted him so directly at the scene, but in the official police report, the cops say that the reason they suspected Aaron was because of the U-turn he made. Remember, he simply missed his exit to the hotel, and there the road ahead of him was closed, leaving him with nowhere else to go. They also alleged that he didn't use a turn signal for the maneuver, something that can easily be disproved by listening to Aaron's dashcam footage. As you'd expect, an internal affairs investigation was launched into the officers at the scene, and it was conducted that there was no wrongdoing, and the cops conducted themselves perfectly. Aaron has since launched his own lawsuit against the Grand Junction Police Department, but as of this video's upload, the investigation is still ongoing. Check out Aaron's channel, linked below.
Man, I hope he get that 100,000, man. But anyways, that was it. I hope y'all enjoyed that video, man. It's been a while since I did these one of these police videos, but I love them, bro. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more and which ones you want to see. Hit that like button, subscribe. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember to keep it real. Real is rare. Real always reaches everyone. Next time. Peace.